people have this belief that because they have a strong argument for why it's something or someone else's fault, that somehow helps them. And it just doesn't. Because whatever you cast blame to is where you also cast power to.
I want to speak to this. I mean, all my family members, friends, you know, whenever I would reconnect with them, there'd be this constant, you know, reoccurring story in their life, you know, like the excuses, and it was just pathetic. And you know, you can only hear it so many times, and it was it was toxic, man. You know, when you're left in a car, when your parents go into a dive bar, you know, and you know, tell you to wait in the car, and then you're, you know, in the car all night, and where you're, you know, there's domestic violence, and then, you know, you have your aunt driving you around, you know, all hours of the night, and you have to go to school the next day, and you're just, you know, completely out of it, you know, and it's traumatizing, okay? And ultimately, you can play the victim. And I think here too, what's important to me is that what Alex is talking about when he says you can be right or you can be rich, you know, and I think of rich in the context of health, healthy, rich, you know, nutritionally healthy, physically healthy, and socially healthy. And then in those categories, you know, synergistically, you're just like, you can't put a price tag on it, right? You know, you can't buy your health. And you know, when people talk about monetary, I know that is important. You know, you got to navigate the world and you have to pay away. But as you have that foundation, you forge that luck and the opportunities. And then with the work ethics, man, you know, it's like, you know, people don't step up to that plate. It's almost like you love baseball and you know you're going to end up in the box. And you almost look forward to down by 3, bases loaded, you know, and bottom of the ninth. And it's like you're born for that because you've prepared for that. And even if you don't knock it out of the park, you know, you still get to play the game. And it's precious. And that's you know, it doesn't happen in front of a flat screen, right? It does not happen playing video games. It doesn't happen doing, you know, criminal activity and doing drugs, and you can't replace that. It's priceless. So that's what I say is when he talks, you know, wealth, I mean, that happens. That comes with it. But you can't put a price tag on that kind of a life, you know, when you get to just be immersed around healthy people doing healthy stuff that you love to do, and you know, it's just it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. And then you bless a lot of people in the process. So